it's Rambling Hour with Lisa, season 11, brand new season, episode uno. So I hope you guys have all been good. It's been 2 weeks since I saw you because I took last weekend off, which I do between seasons usually, but also I was ill for quite a while. Like, it took a long time to feel better, so but I do feel better now. I'm still quite tired and want to sleep a lot, but other than that, I am better. I did have COVID, so it came up like my COVID test came up like the COVID line was like super bright, like pink red, and then the test line was like pink, but the COVID line showed up for sure. And I was just talking to my mom about this today because the first night that I felt ill, it started with like feeling nauseous and a headache, and and my legs were aching so bad, and I just told Steve I'm just going to sleep because I just don't want to throw up, so I'm just going to lie here and feel nauseous. But my legs, especially my thighs, just hurt so bad that I could not sleep all night, and yeah, so that's how it started, and then a fever, and then I couldn't sleep all night. And then the next day my legs still hurt, but they weren't as bad. That first night was really, really bad. And I know my mom's watching right now. Hi, Mom, because she said hi, Lisa, but she's listening to this again because I just told her this today. But yeah, like my thighs hurt so bad. And then this is what, like the days that I was sick, this is why it was hard, is because sometimes when you're sick, you'll get like a iffy tummy, or like, you know, you feel nauseous, or you have a headache or whatever. But this was like all of it at the same time. Headache, body ache, fever, feeling nauseous, and just like it was everything. Like, it was so overwhelming because there was so much stimulation in your body, like negative, uncomfortable stimulation. It was so bad for the first few nights. And like, again, the first night was the worst, and then I was sick for a couple days with the fevers and the sweats and everything else. And then after that, it was just then I got to a bit of a sore throat, and then still the headache and being tired. So yeah, I was sick really sick for 3 days, and then still sick for, you know, let's say 3 or 4 more days, but it's still able to do some things around the house. And then tired for another week after that. Like, still now, I'm still not to the point where after a night's sleep, I feel rested. So it's bizarre, just wanting, I mean, I've had the sleep thing before because I suffer from depression. So I know what it's like to want to sleep all the time. I also know that oversleeping can make you just as tired as not getting enough sleep. But this is different. It's different, but I am feeling better. I have gotten a lot done in the last couple days, and like I said, the only symptom now is just wanting to keep sleeping, but I gotta force myself to not sleep. Well, I gave myself some days to just sleep because I'm able to, but now it's at a point where it's like, no, you're good now. As long as you've had enough sleep, you need to get up. But anyways, that's where I am. So that was my experience with COVID, if it's the new variant or whatever. Everybody else in the house who was sick, their tests came back as negative for COVID, but they had the same symptoms for the most part, and I'm going to say it's quite likely that it was probably COVID for them too, just didn't come up on tests. Steve is... he has been the longest to feel better, because whether he picked it up again or because he has a bad immune system, he just has taken forever. It's just in the last 2 days that he's felt better. And Aurora, even for being young and everything else, it's been a few days for her too, and she's the one who had it first, where she's finally feeling better. So let's hope this lasts for both of them, that they're actually both better, because it's just lingered and lingered. So anyways, that's where I was last weekend. And where were you? What were you up to? I thought I'd do my hair naturally today. You know, people who, well, I didn't brush it out because that would just be ridiculous. But this is my hair. Last night I had a shower because I was out in the garden doing sifting compost yesterday, and oh, look at those curls under there. Well, they're not really curls because I had a shower, and then lots of times after I have a shower and wash my hair, I just put it in a plait, so in a braid, and go to sleep like that. So then today I took it out, and this is just wavy from my taking out my plait braid, wherever you live, whatever you want to call it. And I do need to do my hair again because my roots are starting to come in, but I'm going to go back to the medium blonde that I couldn't find. And now Steve bought me the medium blonde online, so it won't be this yellowy color. It'll look more like my natural color coming in minus the gray. So yeah, medium blonde. So I need to do that at some point. But this is my hair without any product in it. Just, you know, it's funny how your hair can look so dry and unhealthy, and then you can style it and it looks healthier. But yeah, I do have quite dry hair, and a lot of times the curlier hair seems to be the drier it is. So, or even the lighter colored hair can seem to be drier. People with darker or straight hair seem to create more oil. I don't know why. Anyways, speaking of sifting compost, so my compost sift, I've had it since the beginning of gardening here. It is rusty. I've had zip ties. That's just some garbage or something. I've had zip ties in a small, like there's a hole under there that I had the zip ties like at a lower spot, but then I had to make new holes to zip tie in the base, and it's seen better days. So anyways, I was using this, and I said to Steve that I think I need to get a new sift. And the husband, that is amazing, because it's so happy Mother's Day to all the moms in Canada, America, Australia, anywhere that you celebrate Mother's Day today. Happy Mother's Day to you guys. And so Steve said, this is my Mother's Day gift, even though I've already had Mother's Day in March, but it came with a free thing. And he bought me this brand new sieve, and it has handles. Whoop, I almost knocked over my drink. And it has handles too, so that is going to be much better than... Oh yeah, and we were talking about the squares. I guess this one is a little bit of a finer one, but it still will do the job. So that is... I'll show you the rusty... And he told me, don't leave it outside and take care of it. But I love him. He spoils me as if the greenhouse isn't enough. So, let me have a drink and then I'll remember what I was saying. Oh, Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Mom, you are watching right now. Would you like to be my guest for a few minutes? Because it's Mother's Day. I asked her that earlier and she said she'll see. So I don't know if she's going to say yes or no, but I also didn't do my hair or makeup or anything today because I've been out in the garden. Now, I wasn't sifting compost today because I didn't feel like getting dirty, but I was doing other things in the garden, and now it's raining a bit, so chicken breast, cooked chicken breast for dinner. So for the kidlings, I made pasta with chicken, like cream of chicken soup on it. And then they had there's the chicken breast if they want to add more chicken. And for Steve, I just made chicken on a bun. Mommy said Abe. Is that maybe? I'm going to just invite you in. Yeah, maybe. Okay, well, you need to give me a yes or no. Chicken on a bun, yeah, with lettuce and tomato and a yogurt mint sauce. That was what I made for Steve. 2 toasted buns, big ones, big baps. Sunny, who goes as Damson J. Kennedy, says, Happy Mother's Day, you lovelies. Oh, season premiere already. No summer reruns. You can always watch the reruns. They're all there for your viewing pleasure or listening pleasure. So, Mom, give me a yes or no, and I'll invite you on. I hope you're well, Sunny, and everybody else who's watching this right now live or watching later at another time. And speaking of seasons and summer, I will be able to start doing my lives from outside again. I'm noticing right now, as it is 8:16 here, that it is, besides that it's a bit dusky because of the clouds, the rainy clouds overhead. it is still light outside. So had I noticed it like that, well, I guess it's raining. I could have done it from the greenhouse. I guess I could do that. Oh yeah, no, I need to be light outside. Yeah, so I could have done it from the greenhouse, but it is staying light later. So Sunny says, do it, Marie. So I can hear Aurora playing the guitar upstairs. She's supposed to write me music, a theme song for my rambling hour, but she hasn't yet. I love my greenhouse. I can see it from right where I'm sitting right now. I'm in the living room. I thought I would have a different background. Oh, Mom, you can't get on. Just hang on. First of all, let me... Okay, first I shut off my Wi-Fi. Mom, what are you on? Are you on your phone or iPad? And let me try inviting you. Oh, Mom, what are you watching me on? It doesn't say that I can add you. I think we've had this before. I can't remember which one it is that I can't add. 11 seasons. Yep, that's 11 seasons, 12 episodes a season, basically. So it's a lot of me rambling, Oscar. Tablet. Yeah, so go maybe open me on your phone, Mom. And see if it lets me add you there. I have this bad habit of chewing the inside of my lip. So if you see me doing that, tell me off because I shouldn't be doing it. What was I saying? So shutting off my Wi-Fi, adding my mom. I need to go grocery shopping tomorrow because I'm out of pop. And that just can't happen. But, well, I'm almost out of pop. This is the last one. But yeah, so usually I go grocery shopping on Tuesdays. Not that everybody needs to know my schedule, but I'm going to be going tomorrow. Lighter outside, loving my greenhouse. Oh, background. That's a picture of me and Steve when we were in Rome, Italy. And the frame that we bought in Rome, Italy, it wasn't really his favorite, but I liked it. So we bought it. As one of my mementos from Rome. So, I know I've added these to Facebook, so you may have seen them, but this is our little grandson, Jackson. I love this picture with his dad holding him, although I cut his dad off because I wanted to print off just Jackson. And hopefully we are going to go see him at some time this week because we've been sick. We haven't went and given him our germs, so yay for grandsons and grandkids in general and mothers, because happy Mother's Day. Megan says, happy Mother's Day, love you. I love you too, Megan, and I hope you've had a great Mother's Day with the kids. I hope they were able to come home for Mother's Day or in and around today, even if they couldn't come home today. She's got 4 adult kids. Her youngest is the same age as Allison, which is, like, they're days apart, so they're 19. So her youngest is 19 out of 4 kids. So all adults making their way in the world. Mom, you said no in a message I saw that came up at the top. Does it mean that you're not able to get me on your phone, or what are you saying no to? I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why I'm red. My neck? No. So, I have no idea what's going on. Sometimes in the garden, it seems like there's the plants that if I, like touching them or trimming them or whatever, some of them I react to more. Like Buddleia, I have a reaction to. But yeah, I have no idea what's going on here. It's definitely not sunburn, even though it was sunny yesterday. I was in the shade. And it wasn't really sunny today, so, but I'm thinking, because I know I was scratching my nose, so I think it might just be allergies. I might be, yeah, it is very dry here, so I think it's allergies to something. Megan says, I like the dark planter to your left behind you. Right, left. Oh, yeah, because I'm backwards for you, so I'm going to go with my right side, because I'm assuming... a yes can get you on the phone. Okay, Mom, you can get me on the phone? Or you can't? You like the pot, Megan? Or the plant? Or like, I'm guessing this one, because the pot is really cool for this one. I just grabbed some house plants from around. And I love the plant in here, too. I actually have a few of these around the house. with nice leaves, but and then this pot is cute too, but this plant is really healthy as well. So the pot is cuter than... Thanks. Thank you, Megan, liking the pot. So, Mommy, I'm sad. Why can't you get me on your phone? I don't know what's happening. But I was going to have my mommy as my guest, and her tablet's not working. And I don't know why she can't get me on her phone. So, I guess I can't have my mommy as my guest, but I still wish her a happy Mother's Day. There, so, what can you do? Mom said that she celebrated Mother's Day yesterday with, I don't know which kids of my family, if all the siblings. I know my brother and his wife were in town visiting my mom like last week or the week before or something. I remember my mom telling me that they were there, so I don't know if she saw him, but like, so I don't know. Anyways, I'm the only one who lives far away, but I got to have a video chat with my mom today. And I think we even video chatted yesterday as well. So it's nice that we can keep in contact that way. So, but as long as she's had a good Mother's Day, I know she said yesterday they put in the garden. Usually in Canada, like May long weekend, especially on the prairies, May long weekend is when they put in the garden, which is next weekend or this one coming up. Like, not the one we just had right now, but the 20th, 21st. But they're going up to Grand Prairie for my cousin Maureen's memorial party. So instead of a funeral and everything, she's having a dinner and dance. And honestly, my cousin Maureen wouldn't want it any other way. She'd want everyone just to have a drink for her, have fun, have a good time, and that is what would make her happier than anything else. And you know she's going to be there in spirit and having spirit if they have that in the afterlife. So yeah, my mom is going up for that next weekend, so she can get a garden in then. So she put in her garden this weekend. Speaking of which, this year in the garden for me is just about like it's like a redo. Like not everything, but I'm just like kind of starting over with the greenhouse, just getting organized, and I'm doing the I have like 7 compost bins, and usually like I'll sift out the compost and the good, what we call, if you wait long enough, if you're patient and you wait long enough, all of the compost will turn into black gold, which is like crumbly compost. But you can still sift it if you want to take out the rocks, if there's rocks and stuff in there. Also you go on to turn your compost, so usually I just take the whole compost bin down and get everything out of it, and then I'll either throw it back in, which is turning it, or if it's like half composted, I'll take the stuff and put it in the sieve and I'll sift it, and then the black gold, the good crumbly stuff that's already composted, I keep that for plants and stuff like that, and the rest of the stuff I would dump back into one of the empty compost bins. But what I did now, because I need to fill the middle raised bed, now that it's been lined. Last year I lined it with like old compost bin bags, so like plastic bags, so it's lined with plastic to just keep the wood lasting longer. Hopefully it doesn't hold moisture between them. But anyways, I lined it. I'm putting in soil. I need to put soil in. So all the wood chips that I had left over last year, I put those in, and now I'm putting all that compost. All the spring cleaning compost that I've done in the garden has gone in there. And then now that I'm sifting the compost bins, instead of taking the stuff that's not composted yet and putting it back into a compost bin, I'm putting it all into the raised bed. And so half of the raised bed already is like full of compost. It's kind of the same as what's called trench composting. So if you have a flat garden and you dig out a trench, you can put all your food scraps and all your stuff that needs to be composted in that trench, and then put the dirt back on top of it, and then plant on top of that, and the compost will slowly decompose underneath the row of whatever you've planted and give the nutrients to the plants. So that's kind of what I'm doing, trench composting, but I put all the compost in the middle raised bed, and then I haven't put a layer of dirt over it yet, but I put black landscaping fabric right now just to keep it covered and for it to start decomposing. And once I start digging out the pond, then I can use that soil to put on top of the compost. But it gave me somewhere to put it all. It filled the raised bed right now because it hasn't composted down yet. And it's freed all my compost bins so I can just start from scratch again. That and, oh, so that's like what I was saying about renewal. And like I lost so many plants this winter because of not having a greenhouse to overwinter ones in. Also, the weather being -13, which is really cold for here, killed a lot of plants off that would have otherwise survived. So this year is just all about, instead of saying dead, I keep telling myself it's just they've transitioned. There's a lot of transitioning in the garden this year. So yes, and then on top of that black landscaping fabric, I'm putting all the pots that, because I had so much transition in the winter and stuff, some of the pots, I don't know if the things are coming back or not, like say canna lilies, which they should be overwintered inside, but they have survived outside in their big pots for a few years, so I thought they would, but I don't know. But actually one of them, I have seen that there is a little sprout coming out of one of them. Anyways, pots that I don't know if the thing survived or not, I don't want to dump out and reuse the pot, because in case they have survived, I don't want to disturb them. I want them to come back up. But I don't want to cover them with, like, stick something on top of it, you know, like stack my pots or whatever in case it's survived and it's going to grow. So I have those on top of the fabric on the middle raised bed, just holding down the compost, and then I can see if things are growing in them. Plus, because my garden is half wild, I let the, like, forget-me-nots go wherever they want, poppies and agrilegias, like columbines and stuff. So a lot of the pots, even if the thing that was the main thing in it hasn't survived, there might be forget-me-nots flowering on top right now, and or poppies coming and stuff like that. So the pots still have something to. Anyways, that's all in the middle raised bed. So this year, I don't know when and if I'm going to plant much in the. Also, now that I have the middle raised bed half done and I put that landscaping fabric down, I've been able to take the pots that were in the other raised bed out, and that gives me areas to plant anything that I do decide to plant, which would be done soon. But I do have the sweet corn that I started, and I have a couple of courgette plants that I started, so those things will go into the it's hard because I say big raised bed, they're both big, but one is a long L-shaped raised bed and the other one is like the big like rectangle one in the middle. So the big one, the rectangle in the middle, is the one that I'm filling with compost and everything else. The big L-shaped one is the one that's already full and has been for a few years, and that's where I'm going to be planting the sweet corn this year, which is not where I've planted it before, but it's the one that's ready to go. So, but it is not like going to be a full garden and a full growing season like I might have in previous years or in future years, just because of the greenhouse getting here when it did. I wasn't totally organized and I'm still getting used to new things and everything else. So, but it's still a nice year in the garden. Things are coming along quicker than I know what to do with. I can't believe like it's already May. So spring is for here. I mean, things might just be starting up in like the prairies and stuff. Although I say that, the weather in Alberta has been crazy. So like it is so hot there. They have fires going, like forest fires and stuff like that. So let's pray for, you know, the rains for that, and people having control of the forest fires that are going on there, and that nobody gets hurt or anything. But also, like my mom said today, it was going to be, oh, I've forgotten now. Was it 28 today, Mom? The high? But it's all in the 20s, like, and like even this weekend coming up, I just need to think about what date is it. Yeah, so this weekend coming up when they go to the memorial, it is like 28, 30, 28. So yeah, I think it is supposed to be 28 today. Like it's all in the 20s. Here, it's just in the teens. It's like, it feels colder than normally at this time of year. So that's why I'm like, how is, for us, spring almost over already? Things that are, it hasn't stopped the garden from blooming and stuff like that. So there's things that I'm like, whoa, what's going on? This is already like coming into bloom. And then I remember what time of year it is, and I'm like, oh my god, because the thing is with spring, you know that summer's coming, and a lot of times if we have nice weather in spring, then you can enjoy spring like summer, but you know you still have all of summer to go. Once summer gets here, it just seems to go by so fast. So spring is like that nice in between, but before you know it, summer's going to be here. So anyways, it is very nice in the garden. I've finally caught up with a lot of the things that I avoided in the winter because I was sad about not having the greenhouse and feeling sorry for myself. So most areas in the garden now are cleaned up. Any pots that don't seem to be alive or haven't come up yet, have moved or are moving to the middle raised bed, so they're out of the way. So my displays still look nice and everything, but they, like I said, I don't want to dump them out if there is something alive in them. It's all coming together. Pots are watered. I need to do the vine weevil nematodes soon, and I need to go around fertilizing all my pots. But I don't know why I can't find the Miracle Grow like powder, like that I make into liquid fertilizer stuff that I usually use in the shops. I have some tomato fertilizer, and there is other brands, but I just, when you know that something works, and I'm just scared to try something else, but I'm gonna have to soon because I don't have any fertilizer. So besides my homemade compost, which works wonders in the garden, so I have that I can put on top of things as well. Like even an inch or two on a pot or in your not raised beds, well, anywhere, in any bed, any flower bed, anything like that, an inch or two of a homemade compost is gonna make a huge difference. Ideally, if I would have sifted the compost in the winter, I could have put it on in the winter or in the autumn, and then it has all winter, and then in the spring, like, it just totally feeds the plants. So, but it's never too late, especially if you make homemade compost. You can mix it in with your pots. You can put it on top as a mulch. You can put it in your flower beds, whatever you want to do. So we don't have to keep talking about gardening. If you guys have something else you want to talk about. I haven't eaten my supper yet. Thanks for asking. I am bad at that, making sure everybody else has eaten, but don't want to give up my time in the garden or whatever I'm doing to eat. So I will do what I need to do until it gets dark or whatever. And then when I finally get upstairs to watch TV with Steve, then I eat. But that's eating late, and that's not good. So I have to stop that bad habit as well and eat some supper. I haven't decided yet. Well, I'm not going to eat the kids' pasta just because it's white pasta and I don't need the carbs, but I have had a few anyways. When I was making it, I had a couple spirally noodles. But I don't think I'm going to have what I made Steve either, chicken on buns. I have some refried beans in the fridge from yesterday because yesterday I finished eating the I made like taco beef for making tacos or wraps, so I finished up the beef and had refried beans, Mexican rice, and some nacho cheese that I had frozen, like the nacho, like the liquidy cheese that you can get at like 7-Eleven or at the movie theater, and I really like that stuff, so I bought like a big jar of it, not jar, a big can, like aluminum can, like tin can, like big can of it. And, like with a can opener, take off the lid. So, but obviously a big can like that would go bad, so I put it into portion cups and portioned it out in the freezer. And then I just have to let it thaw or warm it up in hot water or warm it up in the microwave. But sometimes in the microwave, while it's still frozen in the middle, it'll start cooking around on the bowl. So I don't like doing it like that. But you can just put it in like not a double boiler, but like hot water, and then have it in a container, and it just slowly thaws it that way. And then, warm it up. So nacho cheese. So I didn't have the healthiest supper yesterday with like tortilla chips, but I was using up the meat, and as if that's a good excuse. So I have chicken. So I don't know what I'm doing with it yet. Maybe I'll make a chicken salad. I don't know. But yes, I need to eat my supper is what I'm saying. And I haven't really thought about what else I'm going to do when I'm done my live. Like I said, it's raining and gloomy outside, and it'll be dark probably, so I won't be able to go outside when I'm done my live. But I am like so behind on the Gardener's World episodes, so maybe I'll watch those when I'm done here. Because Steve has gone out with his mates for cars, which is great for him because he hasn't gone for a few weeks. It being bank holidays, but also because he's been sick for weeks. Of course, here there is 2 bank holidays in May, but it was one after another this year just because of the coronation. So they had like last Monday, like the Monday that just passed was a holiday. Like the coronation was on the Saturday, so then the Monday was a holiday, and that was the second bank holiday weekend, or long weekend as we call them in North America. So Steve had 2 long weekends and he was sick for both of them. So that's unfortunate, you know, when you have holidays and you end up sick for your holidays. So Mom says talk to Mom. I can talk to you, Mom, but I can't have you as a guest on here. And I have talked to you today already, so I don't know what to tell you that I haven't already told you. I was just seeing what Lena was doing outside the patio windows. So, I'm gonna have a drink. I have my book here too. I mean, I have those words here too if I can't think of something to talk about. And then we have that thing that we need to do to like end of life planning before we go. We're at 31 minutes, so I still have lots of time to ramble. Oh, Mom says just bugging you. Oh, now Lena's whining at the door to come in. I don't think I can't tell if it's raining right now. I don't think it is, and if it is, it's raining lightly, so she'll have to wait outside because I'm busy and talking to you guys. So, again, sometimes like when I think like I just want to keep doing what I'm doing and like, oh, well, maybe not skip my live. Of course I wouldn't want to skip it, but yeah, part of me does. But then it's like an hour of my time for my friends and family. That is not very much to ask to give to you guys. So I gotta just suck up being antisocial and being a homebody and say like, at least give your friends and family that hour. So whether they show up or not is on them, but at least I show up. And so sometimes I don't feel like I just want to keep doing what I'm doing selfishly, but I know that this is like an important thing to me. Like I said, I wish more people would show up on these, but I appreciate the people who do. And I like that I'm here every week for you guys if and when you do want to talk to me or listen to me babble and ramble on. So I'm here, although like I said, I didn't get ready today, but at least I showed up because, you know, that's being reliable, which is important. Gosh, can I ramble about nothing? No, those are important things, but I'm just saying I can go on and on even after the point is reached. What else? So Father's Day is next month. I already ordered Steve a Father's Day gift, although he's not my father, and the kids are all old enough to be doing their own thing, so I shouldn't have to get anything, but I'm really excited about what it is, and of course I'll show you guys when it arrives. No, not when it arrives, but after he sees it, and, you know, Father's Day. So I gotta make sure that there's enough gas on the barbecue. Like, they call it gas here, but it's still propane. But there is a tank on it, but I want to make sure like the extra tank that Steve refills it, because I would hate for us to have a barbecue and run out of fuel whilst trying to cook. So the barbecue is like calling my name. I am going grocery shopping tomorrow, so I might get some things for the barbecue. And if we have, like I said, it's only in the teens here, but if it's not raining, then I can barbecue. And that's something that we've been wanting to get to for a few years, is a canopy for over the like eating area outside. But we did buy a few cheaper ones, but they just collapsed when it was really windy. So, but it was nice having the barbecue area covered, not like covered as in like in a garage or something where we'd kill ourselves with the CO2 or whatever, but like covered where you're not getting rained on while you're barbecuing. So it was nice to have that. So it would be nice to get something like that. But the thing about buying Steve gifts, whether it's for Father's Day, his birthday, whatever, is that I don't want to just buy him something and be like, here, this is what I bought you. Hopefully it's the one you wanted, because he is so big on like researching everything and like comparing everything and finding the best price, best value, best la la la, that it's, yeah, I'd rather like just, you know, say like let him choose which one it is, but that's not really thoughtful, is it? Because now I'm thinking like, ooh, a canopy for over there would be a great gift idea, especially for Father's Day, because we tend to have barbecues for Father's Day. But I can't just go out and buy one, even if I think it's the best one, because it might not be the one he would choose. So, and I'm the one who bought the cheap ones that broke, and then returned it and replaced it, and then it broke, and then I returned it and got our money back. So we didn't lose, but it was just annoying that it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. I don't know what to talk about. Somebody help me. Oh man, you know what I just thought about when I was just thinking about what to make with the chicken, and I was going over things in my head, and I thought about, okay, well, I could use the refried beans in a wrap and put chicken in instead of the beef. And then I thought about wraps, and I thought about like a chicken Caesar salad or a chicken Caesar salad wrap. And then it reminded me of something that I used to eat. Like, you know, you go through phases of like eating things. And there was a time back in the day when I worked at Subway, when I lived in Canada, long time ago. I don't know if this phase was before or after kids, but I used to eat chicken bacon ranch wraps a lot. So then it made me think about a chicken bacon ranch wrap. However, saying that, I would have to cook some bacon if I wanted that. But yeah, but I mean, bacon would be good with a chicken Caesar wrap as well. And neither of those are healthy because of the sauce mostly. But I need to get back on the working out. So if I'm going to eat unhealthy, it would be right now before I start working out again. So, what else shall we talk about? My nose is itchy. I think it's because of allergies, seasonal allergies. So I'll have to take an allergy pill after I'm done here. So yes, as I said that, oh, Mommy! Mommy's figured it out. Mommy's gonna join us. Hopefully this works. It says adding. Oh, it says the guest declined the live video invitation. Mommy, try again. Try again, Mom. Adding. Adding. Come on. Come on. Why isn't it working? Mom finally got it to work where I can add her, but it's not working. See, even when it says that she has sent an invitation, allow viewers to request to join on video, and it says approve. It says approve, and when I press approve, then it says sending invitation, but I don't need to send an invitation because she's already asked and I'm trying to approve it. And then if I go on add it for my part, then it says send an invitation. Okay, Mom, don't do it this time. Let me just see. Oh, hang on. Let me try this. Okay, Mom, now I sent you an invitation, so accept the invitation. See if that works. Wait, where did it go now? This is so frustrating. Adding. Maybe it'll work. Mommy, accept it. We eventually get there with these things. I don't know why it can't be more simple. And I hate that when I go off to press something that it cuts out my sound too. So I don't even know if you hear what I'm saying when I'm talking. I don't even know if the sound is good right now while it says adding. Well, my neck's getting itchy too now. Mommy, I don't know why it's not working. Do you know, growing up, I used to get made fun of a lot, and it would annoy the family, and they were right that I whine a lot. And I can see now that reminded me that I do whine a lot. But and not as much anymore. But of course, like, and I'm not getting my way, then I'm whining. So my cousin Frances used to whine a lot too. So my mom would, they would call me Frances when I'd whine. They would call me Frances when I'd whine. Hang on, what's happening? They would call me Frances when I'd whine, and they would call Francis Lisa when he would whine. Mommy tried again and it wasn't working, and I don't know what's going on now, and there goes my whining again. Let me try putting on my internet and see if it's on my part. I don't know. Okay, now my internet's on. It's not even showing me that I can add my mom now again, so I have no idea. Poor mommy, spending my whole rambling hour trying to figure this out. She could probably still listen to me ramble. I need to wee wee. So I'm crossing my legs now because I gotta hold it while we're doing this. That's what happens when you drink too much pop. And even though I only have a glass of it right now, I might have been drinking some outside. It's pop, guys, pop. Soda pop. I know when I make my little Bitmoji cartoon for my rambling hour, it looks like I am, because I put a wine glass, but oopsie. I put a wine glass, but so it looks like I drink a lot of wine, but I don't. I drink pop. I don't know, Mom. If it's not going to work, I know, Mom put a little cartoon that's going like this. I know, Mom, I feel your frustration because it shows, or it was showing that we were able to add, and then it just wasn't making the connection. It even said adding, and then it would say that you declined the request, which doesn't make sense because you were the one who sent me the request. And now when I that's okay, that is inviting people to watch. That's not what I want to do. And now yeah, I don't know. And now when I go, it just oh. Anyways, Mommy, I might have you as my guest next week or something, because if you want to, we'll get the sisters to figure out what's gone wrong and why it's not working. So I have no idea, because whatever you were doing it right, because it was showing that it just wasn't working. So it's not just you. This has happened with other guests too in the past. But I'd like to start having guests, whether it's like past guests or guests that haven't been on it. But yeah, so if you'd like to be a guest, let me know. And I'm sorry. I'm thinking about food. This is what happens when I stop doing like what I'm doing and keep busy. And this is the problem with watching TV with Steve too, is like, I love him, don't get me wrong, but like once I sit down, I just think about food. I like to be doing stuff with my hands. I like to keep busy, and not saying that you shouldn't eat, because I should eat, but I shouldn't be eating late at night. And when I'm watching TV, my hands aren't busy. So my mind starts thinking about food. Yeah, so it is halfway through May, as I said. Next weekend is the May long weekend in Canada. It's nothing special here, I don't think. Just want to be in the garden all the time. Oh, Allison has applied for university this year. We will see if she gets in. She's also applied for financing, so that's where Allison is at. Well, technically, she's not at that like now. She's done those things, but she's at her boyfriend Ash's. So because he lives like about an hour away, she goes and stays there. But she's an adult. She's 19, so she's allowed to. So she's home only half the time. And but she had come home to do the application for her financing because she needs some information from her papa, because we have to put in our income into the application too, because it's like student loans, and you can't really get them if your parents make too much if you're still living at home. I make for an income here, although I am able to work now if I so wish, because visas that we have, we're able to work, as Aurora is doing. My little Aurora, she is working her tail off besides going to college for bakery and patisserie. She is also working still at like as a server, and she works at the bar too, which is legal here. As long she can serve drinks, as long as there's an adult working with her or watching her or something like that. I don't know exactly, but she'll be 18 in September. So actually that's something that's going to be coming up before you know it, is Aurora, Erica's birthday in July. Our little baby is going to be 15, and then Aurora is going to be an adult in September. So time is flying by. It's a quiet one tonight. Sasha, the puppy, is happy and bouncy as ever. She's doing her Sasha thing. And Thomas he was at a barbecue today with Sasha, and he's home now. Who else? Owen is doing his own thing as well, and with his boyfriend Bobby. So haven't seen Owen in a while, but Father's Day is next month, so if we don't see him sooner, we'll see him for that. And Amy and James, as I said, haven't seen them because we've been sick. So, I mean, Steve sees Owen at work when he's at work, but Steve hasn't been at work because he's been sick. So, yeah, Amy and James, we might see them soon if we're able to see the baby Jackson. So I also haven't, even though we're going to do the end of life thing, I haven't really thought about a question for this week. So if you think of a question, let me know in the next few minutes before we end the podcast. Did we do possessions yet? Like, did we do a question of which possessions around the house and stuff like that you want people to have, or if they're meaningful, and what's rubbish and doesn't matter? So maybe that'll be the thing we do this week. Speaking of Sasha, the puppy, Tom has just came to let her out. Oh, Lena wants in. She's been wanting in, but I couldn't let her in.
Well, if I let her in now, so I have to just sit at the door. I'll let her in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, so that I will see in okay, if I haven't already done that as a question for the end of life planning, then I will do that as our question today. If I have done something similar already, then I'll just skip it for this week. But basically, it's like an inventory of let's just start. You don't have to do everything in the house. You know, let's just do your most prized possessions. And again, nobody has to see this until if and when you pass away. It could be tomorrow, it could be 40 years from now, it doesn't matter, but nobody has to see this, so they don't need to know who it is and who it goes to, and you don't even have to write down who you want it to go to necessarily. Just make a list of your most prized possessions or of things that are of value that are worth keeping after you pass away. And let's start with that. Let's just start with the most important things. If you have time, because you don't own a lot of possessions or whatever, then you can put the then you can put your other things that are like, you know, that you think are not worth anything or whatever. So, but you never know, like something like when my grandma died, my dad's mom, I got like little candles shaped as animals. And so those are kind of like tat, they call it tat here, but like, you know, junk. But it was something that I got from my grandma. So some things that might not be, oh, like my dad, when my dad passed away, mom doesn't know what to do with all my dad's trophies from that he's won, like cribbage, like crib, the game crib with cards and like little, anyways. So he's won all these awards for crib because he was good at playing it. But what do you do with all those trophies and awards? She was just going to get rid of them. And I thought, well, just why don't you give one to each grandkid? Because then it's something that was grandpa's that it doesn't have any value to anybody else, but it's something that, you know, I have an award up in my office that hangs there, and it's for my dad from high school for physics, that he got like an award for physics in high school. And again, it's to most people it would be like nothing, it's just junk, tat. But to me, it's something of my dad's that meant, you know, something at a certain point. So yeah, so those types of things can be good too if you are writing down who to and such. My mom says that she's talking to my Uncle Richard right now, so that must be why she's not able to come on my live. And Lisa Douglas says, happy Mother's Day, Lisa. Happy Mother's Day to you as well. And anybody else who's watching this now or later, we can celebrate mothers every day. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't get to have 2 Mother's Days, although my mom said happy Mother's Day to me as well, and I'm like, but I've already had mine. But like I said, yes, we can celebrate mothers any day. I did see a sad post today, like, well, not sad, it's like bittersweet because it's Mother's Day, and my friend wrote that lots of times us moms talk about how we would just like a day away from our kids, and because she has 4 young kids, and 4, I think she has a new baby, like her 4th, 4 boys as well. So she just talked about how like lots of times we'll say that we want a break from our kids and time away from our kids. So sometimes Mother's Day, it's nice to have the time away and to be on your own. But she lost her own mom this year. And she said, knowing that how hard it is right now and wishing that she could spend this day with her mom, she realizes that kids want to be with their moms. So she said she'll spend time with her boys today because she knows that kids want to be with their moms even when they're adults. They want to be with their moms. And yeah, so it's bittersweet because it's sweet that she gets to spend the time with their kids and that she appreciates being a mom, but it's sad because she's lost her mom and she doesn't get to spend this one with her mom. So it's a hard day for those of you who don't have moms or that they're no longer here. I just knocked the cover off my watch. Oh, Thomas is giving the dog some treats, some doggy peanut butter treats. Lisa Douglas says, I agree with you, Lisa, 100%. So it is, again, a new season, and our episode is coming to a close on this first episode of season 11. I hope everybody has had a good week or 2 and that you guys are going to have a good week coming up. Sunny says, sadly, one of my mutual friends' mom passed away today. That is very sad. Damson, were they sick already, or was it totally unexpected that they passed away today? Because that would be even worse if there was like no warning that they, you know, were sick and that they might pass away, and like it being that, I mean, either way, it's still hard to lose your mom, and you're never going to forget Mother's Day, are you? That's sad. So my condolences to them. Yeah, that's tough, but you know what? We can still love our moms even if they're on the other side in heaven, because I believe they still feel our energy and our love. And Oh yeah, I was listening to this thing too about if you believe in all that woo-woo witchy stuff, then it was talking about spirits on the other side, and that they do celebrate their earth birthdays still even after they pass away, because so say like on my dad's birthday, everybody writes on his wall, on his Facebook wall, happy birthday in heaven and all this stuff. And so because we're thinking of them and sending our energy to them, it's a big celebration for them too, because they're getting all this energy to them from their loved ones here. So so that was an interesting thing. So my point is that mothers on the other side, if we're thinking of them and sending their energy out on Mother's Day here, they're still with us and they'll feel it. So Sunny says, I believe it was expected. I have to reread the post. It was long. Yeah, still unfortunate and very sad. Anyways, to my mom, happy Mother's Day, and all the moms who are celebrating today, or if you celebrate Mother's Day on another time, we love our moms out there, and anyone who acts like a mom or in a mom capacity, aunties, all those women who do the motherly thing, and even some men who do the motherly thing if they have to be both mom and dad. All right, so I love you guys, and we will see you next week, same time, same place, maybe in the garden, maybe with a guest, maybe even my mommy. We will see. All right, have a good week and take care of yourselves. Love you. Bye.